Welcome to your Flame Fundamentals training. Now that you've touched on importing, organizing, saving and loading your work, I think it's about time we start focusing on the clips that you've brought into your project. So we'll first start off with how to view a clip in the player. Then we'll look at how your clips appear in different parts of Flame. And finally, how do you view all that great clip metadata anywhere in the software? So you've loaded your content into Flame and you would like to see it in the player. If you don't see the player, just select your clip and swipe either the right or left edge of the screen. This brings up the player and you can play your clip. The player is entirely selection driven, so single-clicking on any clips will load them into the player. You can also scrub or jog the clips depending on where you place the cursor. And if you click and hold the play button, you can control all sorts of behaviors relating to playback. If you want to see any clip full screen without the Flame interface getting in the way, click the full screen button and use the same player controls at the bottom of the screen. The same button will take you back to the Flame interface. Now, if you're not a fan of the gestural swipe, that's okay. You have a few other ways to switch between the other views and the player. You can just double-click on any clip, and this will load that clip into the viewer. The first click selects the media, and the second click switches to the player. Or you could use the more traditional style of clicking the pull-down menu to switch between the different views. Choose whichever one works for you, and you'll always get to the player. When working with your clips, Flame has this cool, unique ability to show them in 3 ways. Check this out. You have your clip in the media panel, and the same clip is displayed in the Reels view. How do you know it's the same? Well, the little eye icon in the media panel tells Flame what to show in the Reels view. Both areas are simply different representations of your clips. So selecting in either area will select the same clip. Why does Flame do this? The answer is workflow. If you prefer to hide the media panel as you work, you still have access to all your clips on the desktop through the Reels view. Gives you a bit more room. Or perhaps, would you like to see your media with the player at the same time? So you would use the media panel and you would click through your clips to view them in the player. The third way that Flame displays your media is as a timeline. So when you select any clip in either the media panel or Reels view, it also displays the same clip as a source timeline. You can only see one source timeline at a time, and it is recognized by the lime green indicator on the tab plus the name of the source clip. Record timelines or editable sequences have a red indicator on their tabs, and you'll learn more about that later in the series. The source timeline lets you see what video and audio tracks are inside your source, and you can prepare it for editing with standard editorial markers. You can also do VFX and grading directly on a source without having to edit it into a sequence. So there is your media in 3 ways. And don't forget, these are all representations of the same sources and not duplicate clips. Now, the media panel is one way to see the metadata of all your sources. You can expand the media panel to the full width of the screen and look at your clips in the list view. This gives you tons of information, but it's kind of slow, especially if you're in the middle of doing something else. So a quicker way to see the metadata of a clip is just to place the cursor over it, hold Option, and click on the clip. This pop-up window will show you all the clip's information. You get the first frame of the clip, its name, format, cache status, tape, resolution, color space, source information, record information, and finally the source's original location on your file system. so this small pop-up is packed with information. If you keep holding the Option button and move to the other clips, the pop-up will automatically update with their metadata. You can use this in the Media panel, the Reels view, and also segments in a sequence. The information will change depending on what you're looking at. Please move on to the next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the Flame Learning channel. Thanks for watching.